Rain, Purple.
Can you hear us, Purple Rain?
Are you hooked in the car? All right, guys, we are live. Hopefully, get those little technical difficulties worked out.
Oh, wow. Okay, JewCee, are you there?
I am.
You're
Okay,
delayed.
we're having some technical difficulties tonight. So evidently something's going on with Restream.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting the oops, blah, blah, blah coming down.
Again?
Yep. We do have some storms getting ready to roll through Cleveland, and we will be under tornado warning starting tomorrow. So there you have it. We lost Purple Rain. Hello, everybody. Come on in. We're gonna make it through. We always make it through our technical difficulties that we're having.
Better.
There we go.
Can you hear us?
There she is.
Can you hear us, Mama?
I'm here. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Cool. You good, JewCee? Hello, Lorenzo.
Hey, Lorenzo. I turned the music off. I'm going to see if that was it.
Still a little delayed from what I can see you moving your mouth and what you're saying.
Can you hear me, though?
You moved your mouth. Now I can hear you, yeah.
Okay. I turned the music off. Hi, Lorenzo. We'll see if that was it. That was causing us to... It's playing the hip-hop tonight. I don't know. I'm not that technical. Hello, everybody.
This is very interesting sounding.
Are we still all here?
Can you hear us? Can you hear?
I can hear you, yes. I can hear you.
You're very delayed.
Technicalities don't like us today, I guess.
Mercury is in retrograde, people. Mercury is in retrograde.
Is it official right now? Is it
shut it all the way down?
It is official. We are in it.
Can we all hear each other?
Yes.
Yes, we're just delayed.
I think I got everybody on time now. Okay.
I'm here. That's all that matters. We're all here. That's all that matters.
Right. We're going to figure this out. We're going to get this done. We're going to get this right.
We're going to work it out, y'all. We got a little technical difficulty tonight with the connection on my end because it keeps going yellow and then green and then yellow and then green and then yellow and then green. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know why. Okay.
She is on fire. That's what's happening.
That's what
I'm driving. I told you I was driving.
She on fire.
Are they chasing you? I mean,
no, they were driving past me.
I'm
not on fire. I wish.
Okay, well, we're gonna see how this goes now. It seems like it might have calmed down or whatever the case may be. We do have a few little storms rolling through, getting ready to roll through here. So we got some rain going on. So maybe
There's
we're getting
rain in here too.
little atmospheric interference, possibly. That's a big word. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes, I'll give you that one. Definitely atmospheric.
Atmospheric.
That's that genius part of her brain.
That's the school words, them Big Bang Theory words that I be listening to every night.
That, but
Yes, we do.
I don't know what she said because it broke all up. But anyway, okay, we're back. We're gonna try it again. I can tell because I can see my screen. I can see when it goes like everybody just freeze. It gets yellow over here. So hopefully
I got all green.
I got green too.
I mean, I'm green now, but in a minute it'll glitch. So
well, let's just do what we got to do with what we got.
There we go. There we go. So welcome, everyone to another marvelous Monday on JewCee Tales Erotic Chat. I am your hostess, Ms. JewCee, and of course, I couldn't do this show without my beautiful melanated queens. We have Miss Siren all the way out in Cali, and we have Miss Purple Rain all the way in Indianapolis. So, hello, and I'm in Cleveland where it's getting ready to storm, and I figure that what Lorenzo, how do you get to the
She read it.
We can't even get the show started. That's what I want to know.
Yeah. We only 7.5 minutes into the show and he in the corner already.
Yeah, he's already in there. So we're gonna it's grab bag. So you guys, we can say do whatever. You know, I think because and I think we're back. Okay, so it's gonna be crazy because it's yellow. It is yellow on my end, and it is still yellow. But we will come on, go green. But we will keep it moving. Go green. I'm thinking of tethering. Maybe if I tether tonight, I can tether really. Let me just see if that will help us out a little bit because I can tether. Me just a second.
So if you guys didn't hear what she said we're going to do a grab bag tonight, which means that we can talk about whatever, wherever, whoever, however, whenever the conversation tonight. So if you have some questions or anything that you would like to kind of talk about or just a topic or something, please let us know, type it in, and we will go along with that. But in the meantime, Ms. JewCee, what you got for us?
So one of the things I wanted to talk about, because this is popping up a lot in a lot of different things that I'm doing. Once again, guys, I am working diligently to finally get myself finished and certified and all that good stuff. But one of the things that I'm finding, and we talked briefly about this, I think maybe a little bit about it last week, maybe not. So I'm trying to tether, guys. I'm trying to tether. So give me just a second. We are tethered. Let's see if this will help.
It actually, yes, it's a lot better.
So I just tethered with my phone. It's real. Sometimes our spectrum messes up Oh, don't ask why. I couldn't tell you. But anyway, um, so I just tethered it to my AT&T. So we'll be fine. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is women not supporting women when it comes to talking about sex.
Mm.
And what I mean by that is I, as you guys know, I sell adult toys, novelties, and lingerie and have done so for a very long, long, long time. And I'm seeing now a more of a trend, I feel like. I don't know uh, if if women are just that insecure nowadays, watching their friends walk up to a toy table and want to purchase something or want to ask questions. But I know I used to see the men do it all the time, pretty much. Oh, she don't need that. She got me. And then my response to them is, I'm not looking at my table. She is. Okay. So I'm just wondering if you guys like. I think there's some haterade going on with some of these women when we are talking about letting another woman just kind of browse the table, look at the table, ask some questions. These other women are stepping in and, you don't need that, girl. Never mind. Come on, let's go. Like they're embarrassed.
Yeah, they are. And they're projecting.
Major projection.
They're projecting. They're projecting the fact that for whatever reason, whether it be religious, cultural, or whatever reason, that that's something that they've thought about, but they're scared, they're afraid for whatever reason. And it's okay. It's natural. You're afraid of things that you don't understand or don't know or have been told is or has been demonized, especially when it comes to religious people. I told y'all, Christians, church folks are the biggest don't do that on stuff that they've never experienced
Mm-hmm.
because they're afraid. And I believe that that is a big part of why those women did what they did at your table by trying to, because they felt that they weren't, what you want to say, worthy enough or knowledgeable enough, or they weren't brave enough to explore themselves. And that
Mm-hmm.
they just might be, oh my goodness, and if they do, then what am I going to do? It ain't about you. It's about that person, whatever they're doing. And we got to stop projecting our fears onto others, telling them that they can't do something that they actually can. It's just, and I'm afraid that if they do it, then I won't be able to control whatever it is. And then now I'm afraid of the unknown, and it becomes a rabbit hole that you end up diving into. So let people do them. And don't be afraid to explore you.
Amen.
Yeah, and I just like for me, it's so sad that we can't support another woman's pleasure, and we are still just so lost as women, no matter what. I just did a wonderful show. Got to give a shout out to my girl Jackie in Indianapolis, who's getting married. I just did her bachelorette party, had a great time, loved the ladies. We had a lot of combo, which is my favorite part of selling adult toys, novelties, and lingerie is sitting down with women and just really talking to them about sex and about relationships and ways that they can improve. As I wanted to say, um, a lot of support was in that room, which was refreshing because I haven't seen that in a while. I keep seeing all of this pleasure blocking. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing?
Oh,
Why?
is this a term that you're coining? Pleasure blocking?
I think I am. I think
Oh,
I,
let's go. We got a term. Juicy's got another
think
term.
I am.
Pleasure blocking. So now we have the three C's
Quit
and we have
pleasure
pleasure blocking.
blocking.
Quit pleasure blocking people.
You,
Just because you're
you
afraid doesn't mean that
There you
Just
go.
because you're afraid doesn't mean that your friend needs to be afraid. Let them find their own pleasure, their own bliss, and it doesn't need to look the way you need it to look so that you feel better about their life.
That
And
part.
let them peruse the table. Let them ask questions because a lot of people what I've learned, like when we're in a group or we're with people, somebody always manages to ask the question that you wanted to ask, but we're too afraid to ask. But at least
Mhm.
you're getting your question asked and you're gonna get the answer, hopefully. But to sit there and to block someone else's pleasure, we got to stop it. We just have to. As women, especially, we already have everything against us when
That
it
part.
comes to play. Right? You know, we're sluts and whores if we have multiple partners, or we're less than you know, if we don't act like a slut or a whore in the bedroom. Yeah, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, if you're a female, if you're a woman.
First of all,
um
it's selfish. It's selfish as hell for you to tell someone how they should feel and what they should do just because you're not okay with it. That's selfish on your part. And it has absolutely nothing to even do with you.
well, I think
Nothing.
and I also think it's not just that it's selfish, it's also it shows your lack of knowledge.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Your lack of knowledge slip is showing, okay? Your lack of you know, you're miserable, you know, as they say, misery loves company. You're miserable, so you want everybody else around you to be miserable.
Their
And that's
misery
just
is showing. That's what it is.
is it
Yes.
is. It is because it shouldn't be like that. You should be supportive and you should and for those of you that step up to a table like mine, for example, you're going to get educated. You're going to get a little more than just, oh, I just sell toys. You're going to get some education with it as well. You know, you're going to get an opportunity to learn and to ask questions and to get if I don't know something, I'm gonna tell you I don't know. I will go look it up. I will go find it. I will research it. I will do whatever it is I have to do. But for the most part, because I've done this for such a long time, I get the same questions over and over and over again. So I do have the answers. You know, we had a great conversation about squirting. A lot of women in the room didn't know how to squirt, didn't know that they were squirting. We talked about orgasms. A lot of women in the room, you know, I get that all the time. That one's always my favorite. That one is always my favorite. I've never had an orgasm. And I'm like, how do you know? How do you know that you've never had an orgasm?
Oh, ain't always the big O.
That's what they're looking
No,
for.
orgasms are different. There's multiple kinds of orgasms.
And they just think that they got to have this grip in the sheets, eyes roll back in your head, body shattering and shivering,
But that's
First
and
of all,
but
just
that's
because you doing all that don't mean you having an orgasm. Because I've done that and not had an orgasm.
but
That
it's
just
still
means the
no.
sex is good.
Very.
so but nobody's educating. So that's what they think. That's what they think, or they've been told, or they've seen in what? Porn.
Porn. It's entertainment only.
Just because that man is making you moan and holler and grip the sheets does not mean you're having an orgasm.
That part.
So you have to and a lot of women don't know what an orgasm is. They have no idea that it's a contraction, or they have no idea that you can have one that's it's very small, but it's very strong, and they don't know that it doesn't have to last forever and a day. It can be a shorter version.
And
It
it
can
can
be
be a
so much.
multiple.
You can have multiple, right? You can have multiple orgasms. You can have multiple small orgasms. You can have big orgasms. You can have all kinds, but we're not teaching and we're not educating. So all of them think that it's supposed to look and sound like what they see in porn, and
Like a heart attack.
that's not it. That is so not it.
Oh,
What's so
it's a
funny?
noggin of mine. I love it. I'm sorry. Nothing. It's a noggin of mine.
So yeah, so that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. I really did because I was like, ladies, please, ladies, for all our lady listeners out there, stop blocking somebody else's pleasure. Just stop it. Learn to enjoy sex. There's nothing wrong with it.
And stop pleasure blocking.
Pleasure blocking. We gotta.
No pleasure blocking.
I'm gonna have to get a T-shirt now.
Yes, you do. I need
Hey,
one.
we
I
need
need
to
one on
patent
me.
that.
Yes, let's go.
Stop pleasure blocking.
Stop pleasure blocking, yo. Like for real. Like just because you don't want an orgasm tonight or you can't get one doesn't mean you need to block somebody else from getting one. Everyone deserves
and
a
and or learning about their own bodies. How about that? Oh, let's just learn about our own bodies because a lot of us
nut.
don't know anything. And what little bit we do know, it might be outdated or it might be incorrect. So, just stop. Just really stop.
Kind of need to
What?
stop having these fears of pleasure. I think it's a fear. From experience. We've been indoctrinated that sex is horrible, sex is bad. You tend to have a
Sex is not for us.
say that again.
I said they've been indoctrinated that sex is not for us. It's for the
Sex,
man. It's not about us.
and that is not true. It's for both. But when as a woman you've been made to feel, or a girl you've been made to feel that you're not supposed to want to touch yourself, and if you do, you're this bad thing or whatever. Some people do have to get out of that shame feeling, and then not understanding that when you have that feeling, you tend to project that onto others, which is why you have the women that are at your table sitting talking about, girl, you don't need that. Let's come over here. No pleasure blocking just because you are afraid of your own body.
Some of these women need a sexual education class.
Some of
Well,
them need a
they don't need the one that they're getting. I mean, I
Huh.
feel part of that is the problem. They don't need the one that they're getting, which is the ones that are in high school that are they were bad back in the day when I was going. So
and
all
they were
you
still
learn,
bad when I was there.
and they're still bad today.
Sure, if they even get it.
I mean, they no, you don't want to teach it at home. Nobody wants to talk about it at home. Nobody wants to talk about it in
They
this.
don't know because
You
they
don't
don't
want
know.
It's
you don't want
crazy.
you don't want the schools to teach it.
It's
So
crazy because it's crazy that you mentioned people not wanting to teach it at home because you know how many times people have said to me, "Oh, you're like downplaying how I've taught my daughter about sex at home because I've given her the proper, hey, Lady V,
hey,
I've
ladies,
given her I've given her actual sexual education. I've helped her at 19 understand her pleasure. And people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. That's, condoning her having sex. She gonna have sex anyway. And she's my child."
Okay, so this whole thing condoning having sex. Let's be real about this. No one controls anyone.
Exactly.
No one controls anyone. Everybody's physical being, body is different and it feels different and it has different sensations at different times in different ways and all of that good shit. So to sit there and say, well, that means you're condoning having sex. That means you're
Go
saying
on.
that it is not a natural thing. It is not something that is in our bodies. It's what it's what our body craves. It's what we've been brought to do. We have pleasure. Our bodies are made to do this shit. So why is it that something that is natural for my body is bad?
Well, you have to understand when you're as some of these parents, quote unquote, some of the parents don't want to really take on the responsibility of
They don't know
telling.
that because they don't know nothing about it, and therefore they
Right.
don't know how to teach their kids, so they're afraid, and they tell their kid not to do it, so they don't have to worry about it and deal with it.
Yep.
That can be part of it, and the other part of it is they don't want their child to grow up.
Yeah, no, mine can grow up. She a big girl.
They want them to be little forever and innocent forever, and they don't want them to grow up.
And that is not realistic on any level.
We had to become women, so why not teach our daughters how to become women?
Dude, cheers to that one.
A lot of us did not get taught how to become women. We were thrown into being women. Why not teach our daughters to become women?
I so agree, but at the same time, you looking at still an antiquated thought process that has been around for so long. That's what we're combating. You know, we're combating this colonizer thought process that
Patriarchal
is not realistic.
It's not at all.
It's
You
not
have a
real.
bunch of people bringing out a whole bunch of things of the woulda, couldas, or what ifs, and it's not even in play. So why are you even trying to make anything happen off of a what if?
And I get the part about one thing I will say, and I do understand because I did work in criminal probation for for a couple of years or so, several years. And I do understand about pedophiles and that kind of thing. But pedophiles don't care. They going after your child if they are attracted to your child.
Yep.
And they're going. They're not. It doesn't matter. It's kind of funny. We don't want to talk about sex. We don't want to teach our young ladies how to carry themselves as young women. But we will watch them twerk their ass on a video and think it's cute. And all of these young mothers that is out there twerking, and you got your little girl standing next to you doing the same thing, it's not cute. Because these pedophiles are having a heyday watching your little girl twerk her ass on Facebook, Twitter, and you all find it cute. But when it comes to us talking to her about sex and how to defend herself after you have over sexualized her,
Bull.
okay? I know some of y'all don't want to hear that, but you need to hear it. After you have and understand this. I understand where the actual dance of twerking came from because I was a dancer. I studied history of dance. Okay. It didn't just show up in Atlanta back in the 70s or 80s or whatever. That twerking just didn't start then. It's part of actually rituals when it was time to have the rituals within the villages for fertility. The gyration of the hips, the grinding, all of that is part of some of the rituals that were done for fertility.
And it is also used for moving energy as well, for moving for healing energy as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to demonize it as though that's the only thing it's used for. Because I want to say, I want to ask this question, and it's because I'm hearing something. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not hearing what I think I'm hearing.
Okay, go again. I couldn't hear you. It locked up on me. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to kind of bring something up just because it's something that I'm hearing. And I do my name. I'm Siren, and I reserve the right to be wrong. I hear a lot of victim shaming and blaming in regards to if a woman does something and a man feels some kind of way, she did it. It's her fault.
Oh, definitely.
And I do understand there are certain things that have been sexualized because of culture. which is patriarchal and misogynistic in itself. So to me, when I hear you have and on a lot, and I was never one that would twerk around my daughter, but she did it anyway. It was something natural just because it was her standing there and just kind of bouncing up and down. It is what it is. Then that would be considered a twerk in regards to what these little babies are doing. It's something that's very natural. They bend their knees, they bend over, and they just start bouncing up and down because they don't know what else to do. So I
That
do
part,
understand
okay.
that there are some women who are sexualizing, and I understand that there are some that are not, and it's just it's cute. She's dancing. It's a thing of if
We're
you're
not
saying
being,
that if the baby is doing that
we're
and the
not,
mother
we're
is
not,
okay with it, then
no,
the man
we're
is getting what he wants. Therefore,
not
the mother and the baby is
victim
wrong,
shaming.
not the person that's getting the
We're not
pleasure out of something that's not
doing
necessarily mentally
any of that.
correct.
What we're saying, are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, yeah, we're here. You're here. You're here now. You're here.
Okay. I was trying to say, we're not victim. There's no victim shaming in this
Purple Rain, can you mute?
whatsoever
What?
because
Can
no
you mute Purple Rain so that
one
we can hear her?
wants
We hear you're driving.
any child or any female to be when you're dancing and it's in your own home and y'all are enjoying it and maybe it's you, your family and friends. It's different when you're doing it there than when you're putting it all over the freaking internet. This platform didn't exist 20 years ago.
Okay.
This platform now exists, and your child who you don't want to know about sex, okay, follow what I'm saying here. You don't want your child to learn about sex, but you're actually putting your child in a sexualized situation.
So intention doesn't matter? Are we just
Well, let's say intention, you're out there, you're having, it's all for fun. I get that. I understand that. But now you have to take it a step further as a parent because of what is going on the internet. You're the parent. Irregardless, you're still the parent. You still need to find a way to protect
absolutely?
your
I
child.
don't, and I'm not saying anything in regards to not protecting. What
But
I
it's a
am saying
different,
is what it does is it kind of puts you in the position of men, and it's almost like you're minimizing out of fear of someone else,
I get what both of you all are saying,
not
but
control.
I'm gonna say this to Siren. I get what you're saying full heartedly, but a lot of those mothers know what they're doing and they're being intentional in the wrong way.
Okay, and that was why I said the
yeah.
intentions. Because sometimes
I
it's
mean,
just that okay,
you can't always tell intention, but there's been a lot of mommy bloggers that I've blocked on certain social media because the cover pictures of their videos are calling cards to pedophiles.
Mhm.
okay,
And you have to be, and this is not, and here's the thing. One of the things that I have soul searched and thought about, in each situation that was a negative situation for myself, I had to go back. Now I'm not going to sit here and say it was my fault. No, but I do need to own my portion of it, whether that was 1%, 10%, I need to own my portion. What can I take away from the negative situation that happened to me that I may not do ever again in life, so that I don't have that happen to me again? What part of it do I own? So I'm going to say I own 1%. That doesn't mean that I wanted something to happen to me. That's not what that means. It means that I need to recognize what my behavior was and say, okay, look, I'm not going to do that again. Okay. But it doesn't mean that I'm to blame because somebody raped me. If I said no, if I'm trying to fight you off, blah blah blah, that's on him. That's his whole thing to own. Okay? But I know in my heart of hearts, what could I have done different? What I had to.
Sometimes it's nothing that you did.
No, no,
Something.
no. I'm not saying I did something. I know. Okay, for example, let me break it down like this. I guess it's, and I'm trying to put it into terms that people would understand. It's not that we're trying to victim shame. That's not it. What I'm trying to do is learn from a bad situation. Let's put it that way. Learning from a bad situation so that you don't repeat that situation again. And some rape victims do go through that to heal. I had to heal. Otherwise, I would be afraid to do whatever it is I wanted to do based on one person. What one person did to me. Does that make sense? This is my thought process. This is how I got through it. It may not be everybody else's way of getting through a situation, but it was my thought process because I consider myself a strong woman. Otherwise, I would still be 30 years back in a hole, and I don't want to be in that hole. For me, I have to take my 1% of the ownership of what happened, and that's what I take. And I take that so that I can learn from my mistake, as far as if I get in a situation like that, I can handle it differently. I can see the red flag. I can see the possibility of something going wrong. I have to take off the rose-colored glasses and think that everybody's going to be all puppy dogs and kitty cats and sunshine, because everybody's not like that. I might be like that, but they may not be like that. You can get sucked in and not even know it. And I did. Trying to be nice, thinking I'm doing the right thing, which in hindsight, I did do the right thing. I didn't deserve what happened to me, but I know what I will do in the future to protect myself if that situation were to arise again. I did learn from that moment. But pointing fingers and placing blame once you've been in a situation like that, it's not always the best way to heal. It's not always the best way for everybody to heal. And it's not victim shaming to own the 1% or to make sure that you don't put yourself back. That's how I look at it. I make sure I don't put myself back in that type of a situation. And that's my way of taking care of it and moving forward. May not be everybody else's way, but I know a lot of other people that were in the same discussion with me that had went through similar situations. This is how we moved forward. This is how we move forward. And for us, it works. For us, it
And
works.
there's more than one way to do things. There's absolutely multiple ways of doing things. And if this works for you, then I honor that for you. Definitely.
So it's not we're not like, even with the mothers that are out here, hindsight is one thing, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I let my little girl, right now we got what, hundreds of thousands of young Black girls and boys missing. You send them to the grocery, they never come home. What you're thinking, our thought processes, what do we do? Keep our children in the house all the time on a chain, or we go with them everywhere, and the one time we turn our back, that somebody snatches your child. There's just so much that's out there. And I think one of the things that you can control, and once again, this is my opinion, one of the things that you can control is what you put on the internet. And also remember, that stuff stays on the internet. And pedophiles pass this shit around to other pedophiles.
I feel like we have more of conversations of what we should do to not. It's as though it's like, okay, you need to alter your life to not do certain things because of other people that you cannot control. Knowledge definitely helps. Implementation of knowledge helps even more. But it's almost like we have more conversations over what to not do because of pedophiles instead of what do we do about the mental status and why they are pedophiles. Men and women and all in between. I feel it's a lot of conversations on what do we need to do to edit or contour or whatever you want to call our lives so that we're not and the reason why it really like is loud in my ears because it's something that we hear in church. Do not cause your brother to stumble. In regards to women, do not cause your brother to stumble. In regards to don't wear nothing that's going to make a man see you in a light. Well, why is it that I need to stifle myself because he can't control himself? Why are we not having the conversations about how they need to control themselves rather than I have to completely turn my life around and do stuff that is not natural for me because I'm afraid of them? That I think that's where that's why it kind of triggered me. It's not necessarily that it's victim shaming. No, I feel like it is victim shaming actually, because the conversation is, well, you did something that caused him to do something. If I'm just being me, why is me being me a problem? Why do I need to edit that? Instead of us having the conversation and implementing things to make them who is not well, and I'll say that, they're not well. My personal opinion. But why is it that we're having that conversation so much more about the victim having to do or someone who could be victimized? You don't need to do this. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do this. Why isn't it not yo, the fuck? That's not right. You're ill. Whether it be emotionally, mentally, physically, or whatever. Something happened to that person that caused them to go this way. Why are we not advocating for that? For them to get better, rather than someone that is just being them.
Because a lot of them, first of all, you don't, everybody, I think the best line I've ever heard, and this would probably also describe a pedophile, if anybody ever saw the Addams Family, when Wendy came downstairs and she was supposed to be dressed for Halloween, and she still had on her same dress and little outfit she always wears. And the aunt comes in the house and asks her, because now the aunt's with thing or whatever, and she asks Wendy, well, what are you supposed to be? And Wendy says, well, I'm a homicidal maniac.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
You remember that part? I'm a
Mhm.
homicidal maniac. And she said, she kind of looks at it and she's like, well, how do they look like everybody else? Same thing goes for, well, how does a pedophile look? Like everybody else. How does an
But the thing
abuser
is,
how does an
hold on.
abuser how does an
I
wait a minute, let me finish.
go ahead, go ahead.
How does an abuser look? Like everybody else. How does, so when we get into talking about, and like I said, I get this from working in this area, which I got out of, I might add, because I couldn't stomach it. I just couldn't. Um, and I understand that these folks need the help. They do need the help, but you have to find them first because number one, a lot of them do know, maybe deep in their heart of hearts, maybe in the back of their mind, wherever it might be, they know that what they're doing is wrong, but they hide it. Sometimes they hide it better. Sometimes they slip up. And then the next thing you know, it's out there. Now, I understand what you're saying. Like, we shouldn't have to change anything, but you're forgetting one little piece. If we know, which now we do know that these folks exist. We get little pamphlets. I don't know about y'all, but my mailbox be getting all kinds of this little predators in your neighborhood. We get a warning. We get a this. Now, are we looking over your shoulder every 2 seconds? Are you going about your day the same way? Are you taking your children to the park? Are you not taking your children to the park because you don't know if this person is lurking somewhere? Do you change how you some people will. Some people will. Some people will change how they do things. That's not everybody. That's not everybody. But some people will to avoid having anything that they feel is inappropriate happen. And all I'm saying is the internet is huge. The internet is big.
And with you saying that, the internet is big, the reason why I have a slight pushback of what you said is because we all know those people that are in our own families, and we
Yeah.
don't say anything to
Oh, I
keep
agree.
peace for
I,
whatever reason. So the idea of they're not known is not true.
some of it.
Some of them, I will give you I'm sorry, I'll give you a small percentage that are not known.
Some are not known.
But
Some are not known.
somewhere along the line, on all of them, somebody knows and is not saying anything and is enabling it out of fear of causing friction within a family, or well, what about what's going to happen? Then you make the person that was molested or was violated feel like they did something wrong when they never stood a chance, regardless of whether they wore something or they didn't wear something. That person was going to do something because of whatever mental status, physical status, emotional status that they were in. So someone knows. I can't go with the whole thing that no one knows. No, we know. We just choose to not say something for whatever reason. And honestly, the reason is selfish. Because what you're doing is you're enabling that person to continue forward in doing that. So that's why I get to the and I'm only speaking from it my own experience. I was made to feel like it was my fault that what happened to me happened to me. I did absolutely nothing. I didn't dress vulgarly. I didn't dance like that. I was a straight up tomboy. I wore baggy clothes and everything else because I was ashamed of my own body. I was made to be ashamed of my body. And it happened anyway. So that's the reason why I can't go with the what she wore, what she did, or any of that. If the person is not well here, it doesn't matter what you do. And to try to shame someone or to make them turn their life around to not live their authentic life out of fear of what someone else is going to do. I feel like, and I'm not pointing at you, I'm sorry, because I see where I'm at on the screen. I wasn't pointing at you at all. Uh, but to have that, I feel like is the most, that's it's wrong on every level that I can even think of. And that's my reason.
I can, you know what?
That's just how I feel. Everyone, no one else has to feel that way. I'm just saying that's how I feel.
And I can agree. I can agree. We can agree to disagree. I can see your point. I definitely can. I definitely can. But I was just talking mostly about if we're talking about protecting our children, which is kind of how this conversation really kind of started, and you're a parent and your daughter is 4 or 5 or 6, and I know what I see, and I was a dancer. I know what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at little girls just dancing. And if you'll notice, even from the evolution of dance, and if you'll notice, compared to how we used to dance back in the day, we used to have the right, we used to do what, the Roger Rabbit, or the Rabbit Roger Rabbit, Roger Rabbit,
Oh,
and
we was doing the butterfly and Tootsie Roll and all that good shit
yeah,
too.
we
So
was
it's the
we was
same, pretty much the
prepping,
same thing.
we was doing a
But
snake,
it
but
doesn't
now
matter
all they
what
do
you
is
if
all they
somebody
do
wants
now.
to do it, they're gonna do it.
I understand, but all they do now compared to what we used to do, all they do now is almost, I haven't seen too many other dances. I wish somebody would show me some, but the only thing I've
I'll start
seen
sending you them because I do
is
actually.
is some twerking. I see a lot of twerking, and I don't mind girls twerking. I really don't. That's not my issue with the twerking is when you got a little girl who's emulating and imitating an adult, and it's cute and it's funny, and it is cute, it is funny, it is great, it's wonderful that she can emulate you. I need her to emulate you doing other things though,
But why? If
because I
why?
do.
But if it's
That's all I'm gonna say on that. I'm gonna say because
okay,
I do.
okay.
Because young girls can do more than that. How about we do
Absolutely. But the thing is that if there are people who don't want to see that, then that's people that don't want to see that. We can put them in a box and say, this is who you are. But that's not it. It's not true. It's not real. We don't know them. We don't know what's going on in their minds. We don't know what's going on in their lives.
so
We can have an opinion
so
of what we
here's the thing.
see.
But first impressions are lasting.
Yes, but it doesn't make them true.
Why doesn't it? It was the impression that you
It
gave,
doesn't make them fact.
but that was the
It doesn't. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. It doesn't make it fact. Not necessarily. It doesn't make it fact. Because just because you saw one thing doesn't mean that that's it. Life is not just one dimensional.
okay.
It's not two dimensional.
But once again, if you're doing things and we're in front of people that, as you said, ain't got it, they got a one-track mind, and you doing one thing.
Mhm. But why are we not talking about how to get them help instead of changing
I'm all
others?
for it. I'm all for getting them help. I truly, but if we could eliminate it,
And I think that we can talk more about
if
that
we
than
can,
stopping people from being
if
authentically
we
them.
can eliminate, if we could eliminate that type of behavior, it would
And I
have
feel like that should be the conversation.
it would have saved you, it would have saved me, it would have saved a lot of other people, men and women, boys and girls.
Yes, yes, and no. Because honestly, yes, I do not like the fact that I had to go through what I went
No,
through.
nobody
I
does.
don't. But out of that, out of that poison, the blossom, the medicine that came from it is my baby.
And that, you see,
And I would never change it. And that's the reason why I can't quite go on the and I'm not going to say that it's good. It was not a good thing,
No.
but I can see what I got out of it. That was absolutely
And see,
perfect,
for you,
and that is my child.
you got something wonderful out of it. For me, I didn't. Matter of fact, I lost. I lost a lot.
And I can completely
So
understand that.
so
I did as
I
well,
lost a lot.
but I think I and I am going to say I validate exactly what you're saying.
And it's just that when
Life is not one. Just give me
it's
just a second. Life is not one size fits all.
right.
My experience is my experience. My perspective is my perspective, and I am not my perspective. And what I'm saying is not to diminish or invalidate anyone else's experience.
No, and you're not. You're not. You're not. You're speaking from you're speaking partly from your own personal experience, and you're speaking from a lot of wisdom. And it would be wonderful if we could find these folks. And like you said, I agree 110% with the fact that it does. When you read their files, it
The root of the issue is what I want to get
right.
to. So we don't have to deal with it,
And the root was there, and it's in their files. I mean, the root was there.
and we know it.
The root is there, and we choose to either ignore it
I feel like Mikado.
or gloss over it to make it, almost like disappear or
More
palatable.
palatable
Hmm.
for whom is the question for me when it comes to the make it more palatable.
Parents.
Because I don't think that's the case.
No, I mean parents of
I think it's false security.
parents of the person. Parents
False security.
of the person, I would say.
Yeah.
And
And I stand on what I just said. It gives them a false sense of security.
and no one, I think, quote, I don't want to say no one, I can't even say that, but we'll say a majority. We'll go with a majority of parents wouldn't want their child to turn out to be that type of a person, I guess. So it's a hard pill to swallow.
It is. It definitely is, but it is a pill that can be swallowed so that we can get to the other side, so that there can be some kind of healing and emotional intelligence about it, so we don't have to go through this again. It's almost as though if we keep talking about the victim being the problem and not the problem actually, then we still stay in the same cycle. We still get the same thing that we have, and they'll kill themselves off. It feels like it's, instead of there being any kind of solution of how do we stop it, it's a how do we make them, the victim, stop doing what the predator or perpetrator likes, instead of stopping the predator.
But once again, when you're, like I said, my only thing is on this, and we'll go on to something else. But my only thing on this is this platform, is the internet. We didn't have the internet, 20, 30 years ago, like it is now, where it's everywhere. Everybody has one of these. Everybody has an iPad. Everybody has a computer. Everybody has, you can go to the coffee shop. You can go to the laundromat. You can go anywhere now and be connected. And people are putting cameras in bathrooms, and people are putting cameras in dressing rooms, and the damage is done. Once the video is already out there, the damage is already done. It's not like you can take the damage away because it's already been out there. I just think that folks need to just, when it comes to your children, just be a little more enlightened and a little more informed when you're putting things on the internet and your child is a minor. That's all I'm going to say on it. Just be more aware. Be more.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you on that one. Yes, let's be a little bit more conscious and cautious.
Mhm, of what you're doing when your child is a minor. And it's cute for the family. It is. Oh, look at, she doing da 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 da. It's cute. Or he's doing such and such and such and such. But I like that. Yeah. Be involved and hands on. Like that, Corey. Definitely. And pay attention to what your kids are watching. Pay attention, parents. Pay attention. Because these folks are getting good.
But don't be afraid to answer questions,
True.
because that's a big issue for parents. We don't want to answer questions, so we deflect, or we or we get mad at the child for asking. But no, you got to answer the question. If you don't know how to answer, be okay. Like JewCee said, I don't know the answer, but I'll get it.
Right. Right. Stay in. Don't get the unknown sitter. Whoo!
The unknown sitter.
Yeah, the unknown sitter. That's what Corey said. Stay in. Don't go nowhere.
Hey,
Right.
you be like, oh, can you watch my kid for me real quick? And then all of a sudden you're like, what happened?
Right. Right.
You know.
Just be really cognizant. It's unfortunate, but this is the I hate to say it, but this is the world that we live in now. You have to be a little more do a little more due diligence and just be a little more cognizant. Know what you're stepping into at all times. It's
Amen.
it's unfortunate, but you got to do it. You just got to do it. I mean, I know that I almost got abducted here in Cleveland, putting oil in my car. Yeah, not kidding. Seriously. Little over a year ago, I was in Target parking lot putting oil in my car, and this guy walked up to me. You need help? You need help? I'm like, no, I got this. I'm putting the oil. Little did I know that there was another person. There was another guy.
Mm.
But only because I started to pay attention, it didn't feel right. My little spider senses got to tingling, but people were getting abducted from that parking lot. Now there's a big police monitor in that parking lot. And I'm sure it was those that it had to do with them too. I know it. Because he was too persistent. I'm like, dude, I'm just pouring oil in the car. You know what I mean? I know how to do that.
That made me want to leave this fucking country.
So hell, they were foreign. Shit. They were foreign. I'm like, what boat you think you put me on?
I said the location. I didn't say.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying they were foreign. They weren't from here. I'm like,
the location. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
I can't.
Give me 2 weeks notice.
I feel sorry for anyone that would kidnap me right now because they're gonna have to really know.
Say that shit again. Y'all don't want none of JewCee.
I'm gonna break a dick.
Y'all don't want none of JewCee.
I'm gonna break a dick. Okay. They were like, take her back.
Y'all don't want none of JewCee. Don't do it to yourself.
Take her back.
Don't do it to yourself.
Where'd you get her at? Take her back.
Take her back. Right now.
Right now. She's killing me.
Oh my God. She broke my dick. I don't know what to do.
Broke.
How you break a dick?
You can break them.
Ask her. She said it.
You can break a dick.
Can you really?
Yes. We'll have a whole topic on that. Okay, yeah.
Oh no, that is so wrong.
It can so happen. Y'all haven't heard about the curtain. Never mind. He said,
I hope I've never broke a dick.
You can sprain it. Oh Lord, no. That is just. Oh no, you don't hurt.
I can.
Oh Jesus.
I can say I have hurt a dick.
Oh no, I did once, but I felt like really really bad, and it ended in that moment, and I just kind of like sat there like, oh shit.
I mean, it is a muscle.
Mhm.
But I didn't know like you could break like. Okay, never mind. Stop. Just let me not think about that no more because it's not. I don't want to go there like that.
He says, "What is?"
Yeah, no.
Okay, so we have a question. What's your advice to single fathers of daughters when it comes to sex talk and other topics that the
Uh,
father might not be comfortable talking about?
that one in our box needs to talk about that.
He's not in there now. He's gone. Um,
He's gone.
I would tell you, just like the same thing has to happen. Period. Point blank. Period. It has to happen. Is you have to have the first of all, you have to have the talk. And a lot of folks, whether you're a man or a woman, don't want to have the talk. I think the nice thing about having the talk from a father to a daughter is that a father can actually articulate how young men feel,
Yeah.
you know, take
But
the
I
time.
get why men, but I do understand why men are uncomfortable talking to their daughters because it's different than talking to your son. The same that way though that as a mom, I find it very difficult to talk to my son
I can understand that,
versus
and
my
I can.
daughter. Me and my daughter have full conversations.
Yeah,
And the conversation is different because the body parts are different, the feelings are different, the intention is different. As women, we lead our pleasure with our emotions. Males don't. They're
but they can still have the conversation
yeah.
though.
Oh,
I
definitely. The conversation still needs to be had. It's just one where you have to. It's one of those things that even though it's an uncomfortable conversation, you need to start in a comfortable place. Maybe start the conversation with seeing what they already know or seeing how comfortable, what they're comfortable talking to you about. Even if it's just, oh, I like this boy. Have those conversations first and then ease into um what comes after attraction, what comes after I like him.
I would say be careful of your reaction
Reactions are difficult too. Yeah.
because the thing is that your reaction is going to dictate whether they're going to continue to talk to you and share with you. And once you know that your child is going to share with you, you have to be able to, for lack of better words, brace yourself for the things that they will talk to you about. My children, I will say honestly, I'm very much so blessed to have their dad in the home with us and everything else, so that if the boys can talk to dad, Kayla can talk to me, but also they also feel the boys do feel comfortable in talking to me from a woman's standpoint, and Kayla feels comfortable in talking to her dad from a male standpoint. Like she will now talk to him about stuff, and he'll be like, "She said this," and oh my goodness, and he had to hold it together as a dad of a daughter, even though he want to break this dude in half. You can't do that. You can't have that kind of response because they will not say anything or will tell you anything ever again.
And it's important.
It's keeping that mode open that they can always, no matter
A
what,
safe space.
Mhm.
safe space. Absolutely, yes. Have be that safe space for your children because when they get grown, not just when they little, but when they grown, and shit go down, and we know how it is as adults for shit to go down, and you need somebody to talk to, not somebody who ain't been through nothing or who does not have your best interest at heart. But if you know your parents are some people that I don't care what I do. I can always go and talk to them, and it is a safe space. They're going to always do that.
Yeah, you want to give them a safe space, a sounding board. And it's good that you talk to them, because let me just tell you, from being a health education major, from doing these shows for 36 years, the misinformation, the,
Oh
the
my God.
misinformation that men and women have when I do my shows is enough to make me drink at every show, like the whole damn bottle. Okay, the whole bottle. Okay. And I mean the big gallon. Okay.
I
Because
agree.
it is amazing that even in this day and age, 2024, we still back in like caveman days in a lot of ways when it comes to talking about sex. And the information that's out there, the incorrect information that's out there. And most importantly, remember that we are just now, it's kind of hard to believe, y'all, but we are just now getting to the point where women doctors are really talking about women's bodies. Remember,
Yep.
women were not doctors for a very, 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 very long time. They were not even in the field of OBGYNs. Men
Yep.
were. Men were. So there is so much misinformation out there about a woman's body. And I'm telling y'all this because I was born in the 60s. And I can tell you now, as I've gotten older and I continued my education, I'm continuing to learn, I'm continuing to be able to talk to women about what they don't know about their bodies, because it's not being taught. It's not
Mm-hmm.
being talked about. And let me just tell you this also, it was not discovered by men. Men don't have the same tools that we have and we don't have the same tools that they have.
Yet they were the ones telling us about ourselves for the longest time.
Exactly.
I had a I had my first woman OB-GYN when I was pregnant with my son Jaden. This was 22 years ago. And at that time, for her to be an OB-GYN was like,
Oh.
and she was a black woman.
I was gonna say with my son pregnancy with my OBGYN, she delivered William too. She was a black woman. And I specifically
Mhm.
picked her because she was a black woman. Now when I had
I
my
did.
daughter, I didn't have an OBGYN. I had a nurse practitioner, but she was not a black woman.
So I got my friend here who, congratulations to you again. My friend Steph just said, when it comes to women's health and you have a dick, leave the room.
But as
Absolutely.
but and unfortunately for me to have to say this, because I try to be all inclusive, as black women, we should search out black women when it comes to obstetrician care, because there are still some misconceptions, and we will get told that we're over exaggerating even if we just go to women of other ethnicities,
Yes,
because they've
absolutely.
been taught that we are over dramatic and we exaggerate our symptoms when we really don't.
Absolutely. And if you're in the Chicagoland area and you would like to know who a great black woman OB-GYN, Rita McGuire. Look her up. Dr. Rita McGuire. She delivered my son 22 years ago, and I have never. That was the best out of the three children that I've had. That was the best care that I ever had.
And it's important. It's, once again, it's important, um, to know our bodies. Like I said, I put up today that, I decided I was going to do these little, um, try to do them at least once or twice a week, little information things. They're just going to be small, brief little things, but hopefully it'll get it. Not only is it going to educate women, but it's also going to educate men. I'm
Mm-hmm.
giving you guys some tips so that you can understand, look, this is how the women's body works, because a lot of women don't know how their bodies work, are clueless. And so they miss out, as we were talking at the beginning of the show, they miss out on a lot of pleasure. Men do too. Men do too. They miss out on a lot of pleasure because of a bunch of antiquated, incorrect information that is out there when it comes to sex. And we have to stop it, because a lot of people will sit around and say that sex is not important, but you will get a divorce.
Say that.
Did I say, that?
Say that again, please.
A lot of people will say that sex is not important, but you will get a divorce if somebody says sex with somebody else.
If you can't handle it, absolutely.
You will run right out the front door. You will pack up your shit. You will come home. He will come home, or she will come home, and there won't be a damn thing in the house except for a crumb on the floor. All because they had sex with somebody else. But it's not important.
You think it's not. Now, hold on. Okay, so.
And it's not about the sex. Okay, let me.
Thank you. Okay, that part.
It's not about the sex, because I've been on the receiving end of this. It's not about the sex. It is about the loss of trust.
Connection.
It lost, yeah, that too. But it's about, it's not there.
Because you can have a connection and trust and not be sexually intimate. And not feel like, well, I need to leave. Oh my God. No, that does happen. It's naturally natural.
It's working, honey. We were on a delay.
Okay, I feel like that is someone copying Lorenzo. Or is that Lorenzo? That is not Lorenzo.
No, it's somebody probably that came off of one of my pages that shouldn't be on here.
Or probably mine. Let me check mine.
It says, what did I miss, Siren?
That's on you. Lorenzo said that earlier. Somebody copied and pasted his.
Oh. Whoever Terra Destroyer is probably somebody off of my daggone YouTube page acting stupid. Somebody we need to block. As usual. You have arrived when you've got to block people every week.
Okay, yeah, it's not on mine. It's not on mine. Just checking.
We know. She's got it. Terra Destroyer, you're about to get fucked up.
Boom.
We're on it. So yeah, it's funny when we talk about sex, but we don't want to talk about sex at the same time.
But we do. But the thing is, it's like we do want to talk about sex. We just feel like we're not supposed to.
Okay.
I feel like I hate when I can't talk about sex.
That's me.
I hate. Look, and it's not that I don't love my vanilla friends and family, but when I can't be myself and be the educator that I am when it comes to sex and sexual freedom and sexual liberation, I get very frustrated.
But
I get mad that my ministry, is taboo.
Or your life. It's you. There's an essence.
Yeah, but
taboo.
It's the gift that God gave me, and I get irritated because I love my church family. I love my I call it my vanilla side, but it's just another extension of who I am because I love God, right? But he gave me this gift and this knowledge about sex and sexual pleasure, yet my gift is so taboo because nobody wants to accept it that I can't give it to the people that I'm supposed to give it to because they got so many walls up.
I'm going to beg to differ. You are giving it to the people who it is meant for.
No, because I get yelled at all the time by God because I'm supposed to be in the church and I ain't there yet. And it's because they're blocking me.
I'm not, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Listen to what I'm saying. Me personally, I am not a person that believes that you are being, what you just said. And I don't want to diminish what you said, and I don't want to invalidate, because it's not my thing. It's not my joke.
Right.
But my personal opinion and my perspective is, you are a person that is giving the knowledge and the information that you are giving, and it is meant to get to the people who hear it and want it. It
That
is
is true.
people who are not ready for it. That's not for them. The people who don't want to hear it, it's not for them. And they need to learn how to swipe left, swipe, or whatever the fuck you call it, turn it off, whatever they need to do if they don't want to hear it. But what you're
Here's
saying is very much so important to those of us who are watching people be their authentic selves and say, hey, I'm seeing her being her authentic self. I want to know more about that. Not hey, you need to learn about this and you need to know about this. And then those people are like, but I don't want to be, no, you want the people who want to know, who want it.
Well, definitely. And I don't approach
Like
people
you're,
in an
I feel like
attacking
you're giving
manner.
that. But I feel like you're giving that to people in what you talk about. The shows that you do, the conversations that we have, you're doing that. So give yourself grace in the fact that the people that need to hear you are going to hear you. You don't got to do nothing else.
I
here,
got you. You're right.
and here's the other thing. Hello. Ain't nobody want to hear me ever. Okay. And
Yeah,
who
we do.
and my whole entire family is now on this page because they couldn't find, they were like, well, she ain't posting over here. She's over here. And then they want to get over here and say, and like, okay, y'all coming to the dark side.
Right.
You wanted to come over here. So be
Yes.
over
Mhm.
here. Snip
It-
it, but be over here. I love y'all. But what I've learned to do over the years is I don't try, like pretty much what Siren just said. In everything that I do now, I don't have time, honestly, any longer to give to my friends and family that cannot support me
Mhm.
because there are too many other people that do.
And need it and
I,
want
I have built this empire from the ground up. And it wasn't because of my friends and family. I love my friends and family. My friends and family know exactly what I do. If you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. Okay. Because
Mhm.
I still love you, but I am going to do what God put on my heart to do, which is to educate people regarding sex, especially people of color, especially women of color. We're
Mhm.
dying, y'all. We are dying because I lost my parents at a very young age, very young age. Considering I'm 61, daddy died when I was 16, mommy died when I was 17.
it.
So I don't have the guide. I had my little sexy grandma walking around
Go
until
get it,
she
sexy grandma. Get it, sexy grandma.
until
We're gonna give
until
honor to that.
she until she left. And that's my guardian angel. But my mom is with me every step of the way because it's about education.
Mhm.
You're doing, you're educating. You're not going to educate, even if you stepped into a classroom or you stepped into a college campus. You ain't gonna see none of your family and your friends up in there, no way. So who
And
gives
it
a
ain't
shit?
for everybody. It ain't for everybody. Everybody's not gonna connect to it. But for those who do, that's what it's for.
And not only that, but it's not gonna. It's just like when we talk about business. I've already said it. I've said it many a time, and I'll say it again. Your friends and family are not going to buy from you. If you
Mhm.
if you are trying to build your business and you think that your friends and family are going to keep supporting you, they
Nope.
don't. They not. They not. They just not.
They're
I can
not even
tell.
gonna share.
I
Stop looking
person
for it.
they so stop looking at it because I can tell you right now, I've been in this business 36 years. I have friends that have dildos. I have friends that have vibrators. I have friends that go out and buy lingerie every Valentine's Day. They do not buy not 10 cents worth of shit from me. They do not. And I've been doing this for 36 years. Okay. I'm over it. I don't give a you are not the ones that are going to keep me in business. Same thing I think about Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola started out in somebody's kitchen. Look at Coca-Cola now. And it wasn't because of their friends and family. It was
Mhm.
total strangers. That's where your money's going to come from, and that's where your support is going to come from. And that's how you're going to build your business. It's not off of your friends and family. We ain't got enough friends and family to make us no damn money. My friends and family ain't got no fucking money. I just they got that much. Okay, yay. You know, they struggling trying to make money themselves.
Mhm.
So the people that are going to take what you say to them are people that don't even know you. They are going to be the ones that get behind you and support you. You're going to have a few friends and family that going to come up and help. You might have a rich uncle that pops in and throws out some money. You might have a girlfriend that buys a couple $100 worth of stuff or does something for you or whatever the case may be. But the majority of the people that are going to listen to you and that are going to support you are complete and total fucking strangers. I have over 1,000 people on my pages, thousands of people on my pages. I don't know. I probably don't even know 150 of them, but I love every last one of them for supporting me.
But you know what? This the thing that I feel like the moral of the
And that's
story is just be you, be authentically you, and those that are supposed to know you and follow you or listen to you or be there to see you and all of that share with you, they will come. And it's not
well, they don't
hard.
wait. And you know when they're gonna show up, don't you?
When you least expect it.
That's one. And the other time they're gonna show up is when you've made it.
Oh
Then
yeah.
then everybody wanna jump on the bandwagon
We're not
and
worried about those people.
ride,
We ain't
ride
worried
on
about
the
those people. We're
ride
not
on
even
the
studying them
coattails.
folks.
Ride on the coattails. That's what I'm saying. But other than that, when you least expect it, it'll happen. And if not, you got to keep that train moving.
Feel good.
Mhm.
Feel good in being authentically you. You are giving something to the world that it needs and it wants. We don't get to dictate the who. All we do is
That
just
is true.
all we do is
Wait. It's not,
just
and
be.
it's and when we and our talented people on this side and some that pop up down here, when all that happens, it works. We're helping people that don't know stuff. You know, we get our cuckoos. We already know that, but week in and week out, we giving people knowledge. You give people knowledge. This young lady over here gives people knowledge. I give people knowledge. We give them our perspective. We can agree to disagree. We can show that, women can get along. Black women can get along. We can,
Mhm.
I love everything that y'all have to say. I love all your opinions. I love all your diverse ways of looking at things. And that's I think what makes us click. You know, that's what makes this, this is makes me look forward to doing this week in and week out. And we have been so good this year already. We have not missed a show this year. We are on this shit.
That part. What?
Y'all gotta
What?
do next week without me though. But I'm gonna make sure my screens are logged in though.
You
So
know
we got
what?
it.
You know what? We know how to hold it down when you got things to do, and that's what this is about. This is what being the sisterhood that we got that JewCee brought together means. We hold it down when our sister got to handle her business because she gonna be handling her business. I'm so proud of you.
So with that said, y'all, do you have your tickets for the Ebony Erotic Experience?
That
That
part.
part.
And
We
I
got
got an announcement.
25 more days. We got 25 more days. We got 25 more days. Get your damn tickets. You hear me? Because we only got about 20 left. So come on with it. Come on. And our hotel rooms, April 4th is the last day. Now, I do know a lot of folks have had issues and problems with getting these rooms. And I'm going to address that tomorrow with the hotel. However, I put up a phone number in the group that you can call directly to book your hotel room. If you have not gotten it, or the link didn't work, or the dial-in number, you got Cincinnati and you thought that you were supposed to be talking to Cleveland, or you used the code and nobody knew what the fuck the code meant. I've heard it all, guys. I have heard it all. I have been fighting for y'all. This has been a mess with this hotel, but it is
Really?
a gorgeous, yes, it
It
is a
was so
gorgeous
easy for
hotel.
me.
I've it's been a lot of people. Jasmine's had, I mean,
Oh,
the Purple Rain's had some people. I've had some people. Sometimes the link works, sometimes the link don't.
okay, okay, okay,
We got a
okay.
sometimey link. Then we found out you need to copy paste the link. You can't just click on it. You got to copy and paste it. Then the phone number goes to like a central place, but they're really over in India somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And then you're trying to tell them the group name and the group number, and they don't know what that means. And then I had that happen, so I know that that happened. Um, but tomorrow I'll deal with that because I just can't. I couldn't deal with it today. So if you don't have your rooms, please get your rooms. We did put up in the group a direct phone number to get your hotel rooms. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
I have my plane tickets.
Uh-oh. There goes Cleveland.
Siren is coming to Cleveland.
I mean, I'm driving, so they're already went Cleveland. So
You got the two blonde bombshells that's gonna be in the damn building. Don't play with us. We're coming for you. I'm bringing LA to Cleveland. Let's go. Well, I'm bringing Chicago and LA to Cleveland. So what's up?
and I'm bringing Chicago and Indy to Cleveland. So let's
What?
go.
What? Get ready.
We're gonna have fun, y'all, because I'm so damn tired. And I hope I don't fall asleep through the whole thing. But
And
I just had to make sure I got my plane ticket. That was my biggest thing. I was like, all right, let me get these. I'm trying to gauge the ticket prices. Let me gauge the ticket prices. And it was like, you know what? It is the 1st of April. I need to get my ticket like right now so that I can be there and not be sitting here talking to y'all, talking about, y'all better be there. And then I don't show up. That ain't cool.
right,
so, with that being
I got my
said,
plane
though,
ticket. So now what's up? Who's coming?
the rain and Purple Rain will also be in attendance because I'll have my crown and sash for competition.
Ooh! Oh, the rain girl. Hey.
That crown will be on my head. So if you want to take pictures with me with my crown and sash on, we could do that too.
This is my dance for you.
This group right here, y'all. This group right here. Well, we're gonna have so much fun. So make sure you get your tickets. Go out to Eventbrite. That's where they are. Get your tickets. They're $225 for the 2 days. That includes all of your food, all of your classes, all of your seminars, all of the fun that's going on in the building. We're
All
gonna
of the
have
erotic 7.
all of the Erotic 7. We're going to be, oh my God, starting on Friday. We're going to put the menu up hopefully this week, and we're going to try to get the next. A lot of people are asking, do we have the order of how everything will go? And that we are working on. So look for that very, very soon. The menu is complete. I have just been very, very busy ripping and running. So I wanted to make it look pretty. So I'm going to be able to do that. I'll have some time this week to do that and get the menu up. And then we will be getting up the schedule. So I just definitely have one more person to speak with, and we all know who she is. God love her. She has been sick. So please say some prayers for our Latin. She's on the mend. We're talking tomorrow at noon. And she's the last one. I just need to find out exactly what she's doing. I just know naked. That's all I know. I don't I don't know
Just know that
anything
we'll
else.
be naked. Just that part. Just know that we'll be naked. And
Naked. That's it. That's all I have. I have
just
nothing
naked.
else.
Naked.
Naked. So
I
with
need
that,
to know exactly what it is. I'm sorry. Naked don't tell me nothing.
Why you bullshitting? I kind of do too. Now, I do consider myself the nudist of everybody, but I still want to know.
Yeah, no. I stay covered up. I'm an illusion.
hey,
I
I
feel
don't
like
know what I'm gonna
I
be.
am going to own an island that I can just be nude whenever I want to, just because I don't necessarily like clothes. That's just how I've always been. I do like fashion. I like putting it on, but I like when it's not on better.
That's because you have an amazing body.
She just fucking love you.
This stuff is crazy.
I love you.
This is
She about to
nuts.
make
Okay,
me cry.
I have one more announcement to make that on the, I believe it's the 18th. If I'm wrong on the date, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. On the 18th, I will be on the Casey Carter show. Yeah.
That's a Thursday. Is that what day that's supposed to be?
It's a Wednesday.
It's a
Oh,
Wednesday.
then it's the
Okay.
17th.
That means I got to tune in from the job. Okay, I got to put it on my phone.
I
I'm
will let
like,
everybody know. I will put it up, all that good shit, so everybody will have it.
Yes, there's nude
yes, there's
restrictions
new
at the
Um,
hotel.
yes, and we are not having
We
the.
only have a
yeah,
section. We
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
on that show. Hang on, let me be the 17th. It's the 17th, and it'll be at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Yes, April
you said April
17th,
17th at what time?
7:30.
7:30 Eastern Standard,
That
But
means 9:30.
4:30.
Lorenzo,
Oh, I'll be at no. That doesn't. That means 5:30. That means I'll be getting off. I'll be watching you on my way home. Yay!
so
It's
Lorenzo, I didn't know if you heard us because she was having technical difficulties and trying to find her what day she's supposed to be on Casey's show. But yes, there are nude restrictions at the host hotel. We only have a room block. It is not a hotel takeover. So let's try to keep our clothes on while walking to each other's rooms.
That part.
Bring a robe.
Have a
bring a
roll,
roll.
please.
Bring
Have
a
a
robe.
roll.
And those instructions will be typed out for everyone.
Cause
Yes.
baby,
If you get arrested, you get arrested.
You do not want to stay in Ohio. Mm-mm.
I'm trying to get back here.
especially not Cleveland.
I'm
Ah.
trying to get back to here to California.
Although, wait a minute. Well, we'll be in Independence. That's totally different. So yeah, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Everybody make sure we will be putting those little policies and procedures and rules and regulations. Now, at the venue, inside the venue, you're fine. You can be butt naked if you want to be.
Bucket naked. Okay.
Bucket
You can
naked.
have a bow tie on with your balls hanging as far as we care
Go.
inside the venue.
I get to
Are
see
there
some
noise restrictions? What kind of noises you gonna be making?
Oh,
That part.
hell.
Was that supposed to say noise restrictions and not nude restrictions?
No, he said noise. There noise. I get it. Are there? I mean, are you talking about like are those kind of noise restrictions?
Because I don't know if anybody can actually hear that from where we are. Can they?
Well, I don't know. We're at an
I
embassy
think he
suite.
means like,
I
is
mean,
our block blocked off enough where if we're all out in the hallway talking, is that gonna bother people?
I think we need to keep it in the rooms just to be safe.
But we do have a block, so all of our rooms should be near each other. So ain't none of us gonna be snitching on nobody.
I would hope not.
Let's just say there's other people in the hotel. We only got 12 again. We were doing so good. What the hell happened? Did
You're
everybody hear
back.
what I said?
No, what'd you say?
I said, everybody act. He said electric shock noise. Honey, you better put a gag ball in their mouth. Okay, so there we shut them up. Put a sock in their mouth. Shut up. What?
Oh my.
Go to the corner. Okay, so
Oh, I'm trying not to collect the pearls all night tonight with you, Lorenzo.
like what voltage are you gonna be using?
Pearls, like, yo.
If they making noise from electric shock, Lorenzo, go to the corner.
What voltage are you using? That's what
Are you
Like,
using a taser? What are you using?
hey, it's supposed to be pleasure, not.
Are we doing a
Well,
lobotomy?
it's a
Are we
good.
doing?
Are you doing an interrogation scene? Like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to understand this. Like,
Are we doing
bring
a
me here.
lobotomy? Cutting something open and then sticking the electric. What are we doing? We got to put a bite in their mouth. Is this with the foaming? I mean, what are we doing? What do it? Maybe you can't type that. Never mind.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, don't.
Never
Yeah,
mind. Never mind. Never mind.
yeah, never
Just
mind.
keep it inside the room, Lorenzo. That's all we're gonna say.
I don't know what that means. So I'm gonna just go over this way. I'm gonna let y'all have it all.
Direct polarity.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, you better check it. They got a pacemaker first. Okay, so or titanium. I have titanium.
Okay, so if you do not have your tickets, please get your tickets right the fuck now. Because you don't want to miss all of this shenanigans that's happening. Because this is one of our featured guests that will be there. And if you can see what he's typing now, you for damn sure don't want to miss what's going to happen at EEE on April 26th and 27th
Absolutely not.
in Cleveland, Ohio. Get your tickets at Eventbrite. You're going to look up Ebony Erotic Experience, the second 2ND coming CUMMING burlesque edition.
I have titanium. That's all I'm saying.
I was trying to get past that part, but okay, never mind. Fuck it.
Titanium.
We was trying to get past that.
I was trying to
stuck
go
there.
I was trying to do my best JewCee impression I could possibly do.
You did
It didn't
great.
work.
You did great.
It didn't work.
110. Let me go see how much.
Yeah, damn it.
Are we jump starting a car? Hang on.
Damn it. The fuck? Come on, man. Lorenzo.
This is why I can't deal with y'all. This is why.
Clear.
Lorenzo, this is your fault. Lorenzo, this is all your fault.
Shit, now I feel like JewCee, you need to go to the corner with Lorenzo.
I'm not going with him. He's got electricity. I got a titanium rod. I can't go.
Oh, damn it to hell. What are we
I can't
doing?
go with him. He
What are
may
we
shock
doing?
me.
Okay, so I'm gonna just have to shut the fuck up. How about that?
Okay. All right, y'all. We will be back next Monday night with more Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. Make sure you join us for our next topic, whatever that might be. We promise it won't involve electrodes. Well, maybe. Anyway, just the little ones, maybe. But we're gonna have a little bit of fun. We had some fun with you guys tonight, ladies. I love you all so. Joker cables.
Hold on, I just said you better invite.
Why do we put up with this? Why do we put up with him?
Wait. He said jumper cables will be used for nipple clamps, and what person over here on my Instagram said you better invite a licensed electrician.
If you see the flickering lights of the embassy suites, you'll know what's going on.
I can't with none of y'all right now. Okay.
The hotel sits right by 480. Right by 480. You will not be able to miss it.
Oh,
Hey,
shit,
there's
I'm burning up
right
now.
there. All right, y'all. Make sure you join us next Monday night for more Ebony. For more Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. It got me all messed up. We start at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, 8:30 Central Standard, 6:30 for our folks out on the West Coast. And for our friends in Barbados, either 9:30 or 10:30. I can't think of what time they're on right now. We're going to have some more topics for you. And Lorenzo might be out of the corner by then. But other than that, you guys remember to enjoy, enlighten, and embrace eroticism for my beautiful melanated queens and myself. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
That's good.